Alright, boom. So we watched Infinity War and we watched Endgame, and I was like, I really enjoyed Thanos as a character, but obviously Thanos is gone, right? So he's not going to be in any more Marvel movies unless maybe it's a flashback or something like that, which would be kind of cool. But there turns out there's a King Thanos, and you know, might be thinking King Thanos. I'm thinking the same thing. And in this video it says King Thanos turned the Hulk into a pet. I don't know if this video is going to be good or not, but I'm excited to kind of dive into it. I think this is part of the Marvel comics, and again, this is something very, very new, because I know we're doing Marvel right now, and I'm kind of curious about this. I know there's like a What If series on Disney Plus that I'm gonna watch soon, but I'm curious to see where this goes. So, as this is a new series, if you guys do want to see another one, maybe not King Thanos, maybe like the Hulk or Iron Man or Thor or any of the Avengers, then can we get 1,500 likes? And if there is, if we hit that, then I'll do another one of these videos. But anyway, I'm kind of excited to see how this goes. Hopefully it's a good video. It's done by Plot Armor Comics. I'll leave the link to their channel in the description down below. But anyway, let's find out. Let's see if it's good. Let's go.
King Thanos laughs in the face of Avengers and even celestial gods. He is the most powerful villain in the Marvel Universe. This is what happens when Thanos wins.
When Thanos wins.
The Mad Titan Thanos is one of the most dangerous villains of all time.
Yeah.
But those big screen adventures don't even scratch the surface of the power and madness of the character's comic.
Because I was thinking, did he just rip Iron Man in two?
Conqueror. His madness and drive for control stem from something much more bizarre and twisted than a quest for universal balance.
Right, okay.
Drove one alternate version of the Purple Tyrant to rule over a barren wasteland. This King Thanos gathered unfathomable power and waged destruction across the cosmos, all to impress his dearly beloved, the living avatar of death. The birth of a Titan.
The avatar of death.
What drove the ancient Thanos to total devastation, we must first go back to the beginning.
I'm down to know more about Thanos.
That no child is born evil. Those people never met Thanos.
Wait,
From
really?
the day he was born, Thanos struck terror into the hearts of anyone who looked upon him. Even his own mother looked into her child's eyes and was driven to madness.
What?
She named
Also,
a name she had.
How is his mum like Caucasian, but bro's purple? Did she not think like that? I'm like, wait, what? Like, was driven to madness. She named the boy Thanos. Thanos, the name she
never even heard before. If you were to ask her where the name came from, she would tell you that a cold wind whispered it into her ear. She would also admit that madness was the only response to staring into the eyes of a universal constant. Wouldn't anyone go mad if they gave birth to a god? Born a mutated deviant, Thanos was gifted great power.
A mutated deviant, okay.
But no power was ever enough for him, and he constantly sought more. At age 12, he murdered his own mother, and over the years increased his strength through bionic implants and mystic powers. Those powers led him to incredible feats like gathering the Infinity Gems and wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. With that power, just like in the movies, he destroyed half of all life in the universe. And it was all in service to his beloved, Mistress Death, the one he devoted his entire life of slaughter and chaos to. Thanos has battled against the heroes of the Marvel Universe countless times.
Nah, you've got strong mind.
The heroes always eventually came out on top. But in one far-off future, evil would triumph. Thanos wins. In the present day, a restless Thanos arrived on Chitauri Prime, homeworld of the despotic Chitauri alien race. On this planet, the strongest ruled. In a gladiator stadium, Thanos stood before a cheering crowd, his great golden boot upon their fallen leader's head. He thought that conquering the Chitauri would be a challenge worth his time, but he was disappointed. As the being beneath his boot quivered in fear, Thanos demanded to know this pathetic creature's king. "I am the king, Lord Thanos," the alien responded. "Liar," Thanos whispered. The Chitauri king began to beg, but Thanos had had enough. He squished the Chitauri's skull beneath his foot. Kings do not beg, Thanos sneered. The only thing Thanos respected was strength. A king, a real king, had no power if he was so cowardly as to beg. It's worth remembering that little detail. As the crowd cheered Thanos by name, the Titan felt no joy. He had hoped for a challenge and found nothing but an empty throne. As he sat on his conquered seat, the king's servant poked his head in with a request. Could Thanos possibly call off his allies attacking from the sky? As blood started to rain down from the sky, Thanos grinned. Could a worthy challenger finally be approaching? Well, we hope you're approaching the subscribe button while we get to the good stuff. Far above the alien homeworld, a flaming figure swept through the Chitauri defenses, including their massive Leviathan warships. With a demonic, cackling laugh, a gun-toting figure with flaming chains and a superpowered motorcycle tore through the atmosphere. This was the Cosmic Ghost Rider, herald and
I've heard of Ghost Rider before.
A mysterious master who had sent him to fetch Thanos. The spirit of vengeance had come from the future to bring Thanos back with him.
From the future?
Unfortunately, he was quite mad and could not stop talking, which didn't make Thanos trust him very much. Believing the Ghost Rider had come as a messenger for the demonic Mephisto, Thanos blasted the rider away as the flame-headed psychopath chattered away.
Oh, wow.
But Thanos was not going to be able to defeat the Ghost Rider as easily as the Chitauri King. In the blink of an eye, Thanos was wrapped in the Rider's flaming chains.
Damn!
As the Titan looked on helplessly, Ghost Rider explained. In addition to the chains forged from the bones of Sidorak, Ghost Rider had a piece of the Time Stone, which meant that before Thanos could fire any eye laser or throw a punch, Ghost Rider could tie him up again.
Right.
With his prey tied to the back of his interstellar Harley, it was time for the Rider to take Thanos
a piece of the Time Stone
of a lifetime. With a fiery explosion, the killers were gone, leaving the Chitauri to sigh with relief.
Oh, thank God.
High in the stars above, Ghost Rider's cosmic cycle crackled with green energy.
So he's just
Soon,
pushing
time
Thanos
and
on
space
a...
rushed by in a blur until they arrived back on Earth, millions of years in the future.
Oh, wow.
Ghost Rider screeched to a halt, while the chained Thanos flew forward and crashed into the ground. Now the Purple Conqueror was truly furious.
I could
As
imagine.
Ghost Rider walked away, Thanos called after him. "Face me, you coward! I will kill any who oppose me." But Ghost Rider just ignored him and handed the Time Stone back to a shadowy figure.
Who?
"I am Thanos," the Titan roared. But the shadowy figure just laughed. Thanos was ready for a fight, but unfortunately, as the mysterious voice explained, there was no one left in this future to oppose him.
Wait,
You've
what?
already won. Thanos' eyes widened in shock as he looked upon an ancient version of himself.
Oh,
sitting on a
damn.
throne in the jaws of Galactus. And he hadn't even seen the King's pet Hulk yet. Thanos ascends.
Hulk.
Despite his love and devotion for the eternal figure of death, she never came for Thanos. No matter who he killed. And he killed so many people.
Bro, so wait, a pet Hulk is crazy. What? That's got to be the thumbnail. I can't even lie. So who's that Galactus?
Yet. Thanos ascends. Despite his love and devotion for the eternal figure of death, she never came for Thanos.
Right.
No matter who he killed. And he killed so many people. It was his great tragedy to live for.
Wouldn't the goddess of death only go to the people that died? Would they? She wouldn't go to the people that are alive, right? Or they wouldn't, or you wouldn't be able to see her if she was alive. But then wait, how does he? Why did he plead? Why did he do all this for her then? Like, what was the reason? Did they fall in love or something like that? Like, was they doing stuff together? Like, were they fucking? And then she just disappeared, and he's like, "Oh my God, I need to see her back." So I know I need to kill everybody or half the population or whatever. And then she just didn't turn up. So okay.
Forever and never be embraced by the only thing he had ever loved. To prove himself worthy of death's attention, Thanos spent eons slaughtering all life in the universe.
But then
most people would appreciate a nice bouquet of flowers or box of chocolates, but
honestly,
that was a bit more complicated. As Earth's heroes grew older and weaker,
oh my
Thanos
God, is that Spider-Man? I don't know who that woman is.
He single-handedly defeated Namor, the X-Men, Captain America, and even murdered the nearly all-powerful King Thor with a single energy blast. Not even the Avengers or the twisted and evil future version of the Hulk, the Maestro, could stand before him.
Maestro?
Thanos fought. Thanos killed. Thanos won.
Oh
and it wasn't
my
just
God.
heroes.
Not my boy
Galactus,
Spider-Man.
The world leader stood against Thanos, leading a centuries-long war against total annihilation.
Galactus.
The world leader's side was his herald, the
Wait, how
Ghost
big
Rider,
is he?
the last
Jesus.
inhabitant of the destroyed Earth. This Ghost Rider, who had gone as insane as Deadpool, was the man formerly known as the Punisher, Frank Castle. Punisher joined the other heroes of Earth in a final battle.
Isn't there a series called The Punisher? Or am I tripping? I feel like there is. Or was it Moon Knight? It might be Moon. No, I'm pretty sure there's a Marvel series called The Punisher.
Of the planet, but as nothing but a normal human with a lot of guns, he stood no chance.
Right.
While Thanos melted the Hulk's face, tore Iron Man in two, and blasted Spider-Man to bits, the Punisher
not my
lay
boy.
discarded, bleeding and dying from fallen debris. As he lay dying and staring up at the Mad Titan slaughtering his planet, Frank Castle had one final thought. "I would give anything to punish that purple son of a bitch."
Right.
At those words, the devil Mephisto appeared to Frank Castle to offer a deal.
What?
His soul for the chance to punish evildoers. Unfortunately for him, when he returned to Earth, there was no evil to punish. Thanos was long gone, and all life on the planet was dead.
How long did it...
the Ghost Rider spent millennia alone. An undead specter slowly losing his mind, until the day a wounded Galactus crashed into Earth. Galactus arrived, calling for help. If anyone could stop Thanos, it would be the heroes of this planet. Unfortunately, the only person left to hear those calls was the manic Ghost Rider. After introducing himself and explaining how everyone was dead, Ghost Rider just had one question for Galactus.
What?
Was this real? Because sometimes he gets confused. Galactus assured the Spirit of Vengeance that he was real and that he could not stop Thanos alone.
How big is his brother?
Castle had a brilliant idea. He saw a chance to finally punish Thanos and offered Galactus his services and the Earth as a snack. In exchange, he would become Galactus' herald. With the combined powers of Hell and the power cosmic, the former Punisher may have a...
The nigga eats planets? Wait, what?
Enough power to take Thanos down once and for all. Galactus accepted, and Frank Castle became the Cosmic Ghost Rider, the cackling, space cycle riding demon. Years later, the two made their final stand.
Oh,
Galactus,
damn, okay.
a gun the size of a continent, faced
Jesus.
Thanos head-on. But as he charged, the tyrant's hands crackled with violet energy. In a single razor-sharp beam of energy, Thanos sliced Galactus'
just
head
like
off
that.
His shoulder. That left the Cosmic Ghost Rider as the last opponent standing against the Mad Titan. The Ghost Rider rushed at Thanos at full speed on his bike, but the Titan reached out his fist and knocked the demonic Punisher to the ground. Thanos approached Ghost Rider with a proposition. I have heard tell of you, Rider. You defy death. Thanos is intrigued. You think I'm the worst thing out there? I haven't even begun. I cannot kill you.
Damn.
You cannot defeat me. But you come with me, Rider. And at my side, I will show you more evil than you can punish in 1,000 lifetimes.
Damn.
Punish was the magic word for the man who was originally Frank Castle. The Rider shook
Punisher, yeah, that makes sense.
Castle had made his third deal with a devil.
Literally. Wait, what was his second one? Galactus, okay.
Side, laying waste to what remained of creation.
The
mighty tyrant Thanos was even able to defeat the Celestials, the omnipotent cosmic beings. Atop a mountain of slain gods like the living Tribunal, the Watcher, and Galactus, Thanos faced the towering creators of the universe. With a powerful blast that nearly destroyed an entire planet, the Celestials were vanquished. And in all of what remained of creation, there was only Thanos, his enslaved pet Hulk, his servant Ghost Rider, and
why did he keep a slave pet Hulk?
Invaded the Titan's reach. From the bones of the Celestials and the skull of the world,
like, how did you? I know he's powerful, but Hulk? A slave? Nah, a
his
pet?
mission was incomplete. One more must die to be reunited with his beloved. To do so would require help, and there was only one person Thanos would ever turn to for help: himself. So the king sent Ghost Rider into the past to recruit his younger self against the Fallen One. After breaking free of the Ghost Rider's chains, the present-day Thanos lashed out in fury, first attacking King Thanos and then preparing to crush the Ghost Rider's head. The Rider claimed to be unkillable, but Thanos decided to test that claim for himself. As Thanos tightened his grip, the king called out, "No, please!" The word "please" coming from his own voice sickened the younger Thanos.
Because
I need your help,
kings don't beg, right?
That's what he was. Bring a version of himself so low as to say such a pathetic word. It could not truly be his future self.
Right.
Thanos attacked the older Titan, sending him crashing through the castle wall and slamming into the ground.
Damn.
Unleashing the full might of his cosmic energy, the younger Thanos leapt through the air and unleashed a rain of blows on his elder. Who are you? You wear that face and that title, and yet the word "please" comes from your mouth?
Damn.
You are no king. You are no Thanos. Despite the younger's unleashed rage, King Thanos was unharmed. He raised his hand and blasted his younger self through the air. And it barely took an effort. To prove he truly was Thanos, the king spoke their true name. The name that only Thanos and his mother had ever heard.
What?
Dione. It was enough to convince him that he was looking at himself. King Thanos...
Wait, I need some story on that. What do you mean, Dione? I thought his mom called him Thanos. So where did Dione come from?
Extended a hand and explained he needed help bringing death back to him. In the barren wasteland, the only thing that stood other than the king's tower was a massive statue of their beloved.
What?
King Thanos explained that even though
her body looks mad though, but her face,
death continued to ignore him. That there was one being that eluded him, a single final foe. King Thanos had brought him to this desolated future to help him do that. Only then would death be his. The Fallen One, the last herald of Galactus, was still out there, and he was coming for the king. It would be only a few hours before he arrived. As the two versions of Thanos bickered, the herald announced his presence with a thunderous explosion that shook Thanos' tower. From high above came the man who was once known throughout the universe as the Silver Surfer. But now he was as
I've heard that name. Wasn't he in the Fantastic Four or something like that? One of the movies in Fantastic Four. I still need to watch Fantastic Four, I can't even lie, but I'm pretty sure he was like one of the villains. He wasn't black though, I don't think. I think he was like silver or something like that. But yeah, I think he was in Fantastic Four.
And shimmering with celestial light. He had spent centuries training his strength and will to put an end to Thanos and extract a measure of justice. In addition to the power cosmic and the godly strength of Thor, the Fallen One had another weapon at his disposal. At his back was the full strength of the Annihilation Wave, the horde of insectoid destruction that had once raced across the universe, wiping out civilizations and devastating worlds during the events of the Annihilation War. Now they served the Fallen One, and all of their deadly strength was targeted at Thanos. The Thanoses fought alongside the Ghost Rider and his Hellfire, cutting through the waves of insects as the Fallen One attacked from the skies. It even looked like the Titans might be in danger, until the younger Thanos called upon Ghost Rider to unleash the full strength of his Hellfire. The Rider laughed. You know, I always forget I can do that stuff. With a demonic war cry, the Rider let loose with the fury of an atomic bomb, the force of which sent a mushroom cloud into the atmosphere. Back on the ground, it seemed that nothing remained but the Rider and his purple allies. Can it have been this easy? Thanos wondered to himself. But through the flames stepped the dark figure of the Fallen One, who announced his survival with a powerful force of energy that brought down the king's throne room. He looked down at the two titans before him and gave a final warning. I don't care how many of you there are. This ends today, Thanos. It's long past time you answered for the many lives you have stolen.
He has killed bad people.
If the Surfer had been able to kill him, why hadn't he done it already? Why did he wait for so long? But the Fallen One corrected the king. He was not waiting. He was working. Working toward the goal of becoming worthy. His fingers crackled with electricity, and a mysterious power toppled the Statue of Death. With a crash of thunder and a blast of lightning, Mjolnir, Thor's former hammer, flew into the Fallen One's grasp. Tragedy and heroism had forged the Surfer into this new godly form, worthy of possessing the power of Thor. In any other situation, a Herald of Galactus with Mjolnir might just be unstoppable. But King Thanos made even this overpowered hero look like a chump. King Thanos smirked and warned the Surfer that he would kill him with that hammer. But the Fallen One was not intimidated. He unleashed a furious barrage of lightning and hammer blows upon the Twin Titans and Ghost Rider. The power of his godly blows even brought down the King's Tower, an unthinkable show of strength considering it was made from the bones of Celestials. He was even able to shatter the Ghost Rider's armor and skull. The Fallen One soon turned his attention to the younger Thanos. Mjolnir crackled with power. But as his attention was diverted, King Thanos pushed his demonic Twilight Sword of Surtur through the Fallen One's back.
Who's that behind him?
Stabbing his enemy was not enough. He had a promise to keep. King Thanos pummeled the Fallen One until his physical form could no longer contain the cosmic energies inside his body. As the Fallen One staggered to his feet, King Thanos tossed his flaming sword to his younger self, who swung and sliced off the arm, holding Mjolnir off of the Herald's body. With a final, brutal show of strength, Thanos grabbed the Fallen One's head and jammed it down upon Mjolnir's handle. Thus did he fulfill his promise to kill the Fallen One with his own hammer.
Thanos is
brutal and twisted. Thanos' favorite kind of punishment. With the Fallen One vanquished, a lone female figure approached in the distance. Dressed for a wedding. The final enemy had been defeated. But there was still something standing in the way of King Thanos and his reunion with death. And it was the real reason that Thanos had been plucked out of time. King Thanos' power. For all the strength that 616 Thanos possessed, he was no match for King Thanos, who had lived for millions of years. As a younger man, Thanos could match the strength of all the heroes of the Marvel Universe, even without the Infinity Gauntlet. His knowledge of magic and bionic implants he had given himself provided him with incredible physical strength and the ability to manipulate energy into blasts from his hands or eyes. But after years of battle and growth in knowledge of the mystic and destructive arts, King Thanos was able to single-handedly murder all of the heroes on Earth. And not only did he kill them, he was able to do it with ease. In the final battle, he melted off the Hulk's face and tore Iron Man in half.
You said that,
Although Hulk eventually healed, he was then enslaved, tortured, and kept as a pet in Thanos' dungeons.
That is
where he fed on the discarded meat of Thanos' various enemies and even his former friends. King Thanos' strength was so great that the Green Goliath had long abandoned any hope of fighting his way free and knew that his strength was no match for Thanos. Hulk had always prided himself on being the strongest one there is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Little more than a dog begging to be killed. King Thanos' powers grew so great that he could destroy.
He was so powerful that bro had the Hulk begging. The Hulk, you know. Like I saw a little bit of that when the Hulk didn't want to come out in Infinity War. But I was like, oh, maybe I didn't really think too deep into it. But bro had the Hulk go and kill me. Like, what?
With one attack. With this power, he was able to disintegrate the entire host of the godly Celestials. Galactus, one of the most powerful forces in creation, was no match for the king and was beheaded
one of
in
the most powerful forces in creation.
Thanos also had access to the
if he's munching planets, right?
Fragment of the Time Stone to his servant Ghost Rider to send the demonic creature into the past.
Right.
In addition to his strength and energy blasts, King Thanos wielded the Twilight Sword of Surtur, a flaming weapon once wielded by the fire demon Surtur. Using the Twilight Sword, Surtur nearly destroyed Asgard. It was a blade that could melt and cut through nearly anything, including Heralds of Galactus. Even the hyper-powered Silver Surfer, amped up by mysterious cosmic powers, wielding Thor's hammer and backed by the entire Annihilation Wave, posed no real danger.
That's insane.
Even more impressive if you remember that this Annihilation Wave had nearly destroyed the entire universe during the events of the cosmic epic Annihilation. It seemed that no one could kill King Thanos, which brings us to the real reason he brought his past self to the future.
So why did
Thanos versus Thanos. After the battle with the Fallen One, death had come, draped in black and wearing a wedding veil.
Oh, she stopped
at the doorway of what remained of King Thanos' lair and stood silently watching. The younger Thanos was furious. Even here, at the end of all things, she could not embrace the only living being in the universe?
Right.
I grow tired of your games, Thanos yelled. What more do you want from me?
She got some big boobs, though.
Death smiled and shrugged.
Hey, yo!
Everything that you wanted. There is nothing left to kill. But then realization dawned upon the Mad Titan. He turned to the king. I have to kill you. That's why you brought me here. It was never to kill the Surfer. Thanos had given death everything else in creation.
Apart from himself.
To truly be with her, Thanos would have to die too. Yes, the king explained. But no one else was worthy of killing Thanos.
Apart from Thanos
himself. As he prepared for battle, the old King Thanos began to wax poetic, looking back on his long life and how being with his younger self in these final days had renewed in him the spark of anger and hatred he had long let fade. He prepared to give his younger self sagely wisdom, but was interrupted by a blast of heat vision.
Heat vision?
You want to die?
What's my heat vision?
Nobody knows better than a villain that bad guys just talk too much.
Is she getting off on this?
Thanos versus Thanos began, and it was a brutal fight. Laser beams crackled against each other. Heads were shoved into the ground.
See, this needs to be a movie. I can't lie.
Raged on, the younger Thanos unleashed
the fights would be insane.
He had ever felt toward himself on his elderly doppelganger. So gruesome was the beating that not even death could bear to watch.
Oh, wow.
Thanos stopped to catch his breath and looked down upon the king in the ruins of his empty palace. Ever since he first laid eyes on his older self, the young Thanos had thought of this moment. The weak, pathetic old man beaten and begging before him. He wanted to savor the moment. What are you waiting for? King Thanos asked. Finish this! Kill me! The young Thanos prepared to do just that. But as he wrapped his hands around the king's throat, the older Titan begged. Do it. End this. Thanos, please! That word again.
Oh, he hates that, doesn't he?
Thought the young Thanos. This man was
Kings
no king.
don't beg.
Kings do not beg.
Yeah.
Thanos took the shard of the Time Stone that hung around the king's neck and prepared to abandon his older self.
No
he vowed to
way.
return to his time and change the future so that he would never become this version of himself. But King Thanos warned him. This is your fate you are seeing. This is your end. We cannot die. Do you know what that means? King Thanos believed that this fate of being forever estranged from his one true love was inevitable. But Thanos knew that he did not truly have the strength to overpower his future self. So instead, he would erase him entirely. King Thanos watched as his younger self stepped through the Emerald portal back to his time, and then began to laugh. Finally, he was alone with death. But as she walked toward him, King Thanos realized his story was ending, and that he was undone. Death was not dressed for a wedding, but a funeral. With his history rewritten, King Thanos and his empty kingdom faded into nothing, leaving death alone to mourn the once all-powerful conqueror of creation. In the end, King Thanos could not die. The only way to defeat him was to ensure he never existed at all. He hoped that another version of himself could find a way. But ultimately, the only way to end his reign was to make it so he never existed at all.
What?
Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jack Stansbury. Thanks for watching Plot Armor Comics, and I hope you have a great day.
How am I supposed to have a great after watching that? Wait, so you're trying to tell me the only way King Thanos could die was to not even die, but to erase bro's whole entire existence? The only way he could be with death is not through death, but through never being born. Jesus. Oh my! I was not expecting this. I'm not gonna lie. That's a horribly sad ending. Like, that is a horribly sad ending. I kind of just thought, like, even Wow. All right. Yeah, that was something that was wow. That was amazing. I'm gonna leave the original video in the description down below. Like I said, if this gets 1,500 likes, we will do another one. I don't know what other ones are there. There's a Hulk one. There's Marvel's Darkest Story, stuff like that. Old Man Logan. Oh, slaughtered Hulk's entire family. Wait, what? Anyway, there's Bear. So yeah, 1,500. Oh, there's an Iron Man one as well. See that one. That I might watch that one. I do love Iron Man. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Try to become a Don today, and I'll catch you Don in a bit.